Hi guys, today we are going to be using the I-squared method to solve questions that have graphs or images. I-squared stands for identify and interpret. So let's look at the question and utilize the I-squared method to answer it. You first identify everything in the image that is given after you read your question. Then you interpret what you believe the image is showing you. Let's look at our example. This is the question from June 2021 Regents exam. We know the question is talking about two different reproductive processes that happen in different organisms. The first image shows us a sperm and an egg. There is a plus symbol and an arrow, and then only one cell at the end. So let's interpret what this means. First cell is an egg cell. We know that it is a cell since there is a nucleus that has been labeled. The plus symbol means that we're adding the two cells together. The second cell is a sperm cell. The arrow represents that the addition yields something. The last cell should be the cell that is made when both the sperm and the egg meet, so that should be our zygote. The final interpretation is it demonstrates sexual reproduction. The second image shows us another cell, once again because there is a nucleus that has been labeled. We see that the two arrows shows progression. The cell has a bud growing out of it, and then it eventually separates and makes two cells. So the final representation is that this represents asexual reproduction. So we know the first part of the image is sexual reproduction. The second part of the image is asexual reproduction. Now let's answer the question. To get the final answer, you need to know the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. Let's look at the question together. The question states, when compared to organisms that utilize process A, sexual reproduction, and organisms that utilize process B, asexual reproduction, would most likely produce offsprings with what? So we're looking for organisms that utilize process B. What are we looking for in their offspring? This is where your background information comes in. You need to know that sexual reproduction, which uses genes from two different cells, produce a greater genetic variety, whereas asexual reproduction, which has only one parent cell, lacks genetic variety since all of the genes come from that single parent, passing it to the offspring. The only genetic variety that they will get, meaning they asexually reproducing organisms will get, will be a result of mutation. So the correct answer is 2, which states that there's fewer genetic differences. Now, this is how you use the I-squared method to identify and interpret and analyze any questions that have images or graphs in any type of exam. So this will be very helpful in the Regents exam. The more you practice this way of thinking, the easier it will become for you. In the next video, we will explore how to use this method with graphs.